my defining moment when I realized that even your girlfriend could be the same type of bitch, right? And this is not my girlfriend. This is someone in the past that I used to mess with. But I'm gonna tell y'all a story of how I realized that women are hoes, and no matter what you could say is, what I heard is, it's not yours. It's not yours. It's only your turn, and that's a real true statement, because what I realized is that this girl said she would never fuck with nobody else. She would never do anything else. And even though we broke up, we still kept in contact. And she said she was not fucking with no niggas. Woo, woo, woo. And basically, the story goes, okay. Girl I used to talk with, Janifa. We gonna call her Janifa, okay? Girl I used to fuck with. She came around and wanted to talk again because we had broke up and I was in school. And I was like, not really trying to deal with no relationship, because the only time she wanted me to come, I moved away from her. And the only time I come over there is because she wanted to fuck. And I didn't have a car at this time. I had my license, didn't have a car. So it was hard for me to get to where I needed to get to. And I know niggas gonna say do whatever for the pussy, but I was focused on my schoolwork and graduating. So what happened was, she wants to link up. She's coming out here because she got a car or whatever. I was like, all right, bet. She came out. We ended up talking, doing a couple things. And so what ended up happening was, she came out here where I was at the time, and we would get some food and chilling, and then we pulled up to this park, this dark park around the corner in the jungles. So when we pulled up and we went to the jungles, basically what happened was, we ended up talking for a little bit, and bitch was telling me how I really haven't, when we first broke up, I wasn't doing anything, and blah, blah, blah. I was going out partying, and she told me all of this. She told me how she was going out partying. She told me how she was dating other niggas. And I'm gonna tell you what the crazy part is. And we had been together for over a year prior to this. And she was dating other niggas, and she was going out partying, and she was kissing other niggas, and she was fucking other niggas. And she told me all of this, okay? She told me all of this. And I asked her, when the fuck did you start all this? And she said, a week after we broke up. A week. Someone that said she loved me, said she didn't want to be with nobody else, said she only wanted to be with me. Someone that actually helped me a lot, grow-wise, as a person, did that to me, right? And even though we were supposed to be cool, she lied to my face every day that she had told me that she didn't fuck with nobody else. And I was like, I was eating that shit up, bro, because I was a big beta male simp. I ain't even gonna lie. It's crazy because I've always had alpha tendencies. And when I heard the term beta and alpha for the first time, I didn't really understand it, because like someone that I watch a lot, Steph is Cold, says, you've been programmed your whole life to think this way. And that's how I would think. My mom, I was raised with all women in the household, so I never had a father figure. My dad died at an early age before I was born, while I was in my mom's stomach still. And so what happened was, I was always, even though I was raised by all women, I was raised to treat women right. Never dog a woman. Never, you always want to wife up a woman, blah, 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 blah. And that shit is all bullshit. So I was raised that way, but always in my head, I would always be the one that would have the girl come to me, even though I was the one that was always texting back quickly. The girl would come to me first, but I would always be texting back really quickly. I would never feed them scraps. I would always just be that main figure, and I would always be there. Always, always, always. Oh, I'm taking you on dinner dates. I'm taking you to the movies, taking you here, taking you there, paying money, doing all of this. When nigga, I'm still in high school. I don't even have money like that, right? And I'm getting money to spend somehow on this girl. Summer job I get, basically all the money I spend on my summer job is going towards her, buying her things, buying fucking bullshit, going places. that I have no business to be going at that time when I need to be grinding and focus on my schoolwork, right? So that happens. She tells me all of this, bro. And then she told me about a dude that she was just fucking with 2 days prior to coming out to see me. And how she went over this dude's house. Big ass buff nigga, right? I'm tall. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6 foot. But I'm not tall, but I'm a good height. I'm 6 foot, about 180 pounds. And she tells me how this guy would come there because she would work at a henna tattoo station at the beach. This big buff nigga comes to her and basically tells me about an alpha. The alpha in this figure was him. And he came in, even though we're not together, we still fucking with each other, and we were still fucking, no lie. So, even during that time, what happened was, I basically heard all this. She was telling me how this nigga, and this bitch told me that this nigga raped her, bro. And now, this is not a rape video, so don't even worry about that. This bitch told me that the nigga raped her. She was capping extra hard. This girl goes to this dude's house and she tells me how she's been to his house multiple times and they don't fuck, and multiple times and they don't do shit but make out and do all this shit. The bitch is lying, bruh, because clearly she wants to fuck this nigga, and then she keep on coming over this nigga house. I know in my mind, I know like the truth, and I know that she fucked this nigga probably a couple times, but she's trying to break me off the news slightly, and I'm still a beta at this moment, okay? She told me this, bro, and she tells me how she kissed the nigga the day after we broke up, when she went to a party and the dude kissed her and stuff, and they kissed for a little bit, and then she told him to stop. And when in reality, she loved every minute of it, my nigga. So she told me that, and I'm like thinking to myself, this fucking bitch, like, she really like said all of this shit. And a day after we break up, this bitch is kissing and making out with other niggas. Like, what? And I'm not even gonna lie, I cried when she told me all of this shit. I cried in the car right next to her like a dumb beta simp cuck bitch that I was at the time. I cried, and even to this day, I'm not ashamed of me crying, but I just think back how pussy I was at that moment, and it really sits with me to this day, and that's why I'm gritty right now. And so, what happened was, after that, she told me all of this, and then she told me how she didn't say the word rape, but she made it seem like that, like it was forced and all of this shit, when in reality, I know what happened. And the moral of this story is, guys, you need to be more aware of what's happened with you. You never want to just settle down immediately. You always want to have your time, and you want to be able to grind yourself out and be able to get out of your rut, and make sure that you guys are consistently grinding every day to achieve whatever your goals is, no matter how small, no matter how large. You want to achieve all your goals. So, man, at that moment, after she told me this, without even knowing the term red pill, because only as of recently, as of a couple months ago, as I watched Steph is Cold, AMS, MJ, fucking, after watching all of them, did I really understand what the term red pill was and understand female nature a lot more. And I realized exactly what happened to me, and how I didn't even know at the time that what red pill was. But after that moment happened, I changed my perspective of how I was walking, talking, approaching, seeing females. I never approached a female after that. I don't think many times I approached a female until I knew I was getting choosing signals, and I didn't even know what choosing signal was. But you don't even know when you turn red pill because of the situation, especially as of now. I didn't even know anything. I was just like, I just changed my whole dynamic while dating at all. I changed my whole dynamic while approaching women. I didn't approach women that didn't give me true signal, that didn't pay me any mind. Only when girls were giving me looks, or when they were making conversation or trying to force a conversation on me, did I actually show interest in a woman. So, moral of the story, guys, man, know your fucking value. These bitches are all capable of the same thing that I went through. They're all capable of doing it. Just like men were capable of doing everything that we do. They are capable of doing everything, so don't let anything fucking slide. you gotta make sure you have your foot down. If you're in a relationship, make sure that shit kept tight, because you don't be no jealous ass nigga, because when you're jealous, that even makes you more of a beta. You gotta be able to go to your job or go to your grind and do whatever you're doing and not worry about this girl. You don't want to worry about her 24 hours out of the day. All you worrying about is your hustle and worrying about your money and worrying about your lifestyle and getting your life right, bruh. Man, but that's my little inspirational video for y'all, man. It's a good Tuesday. I'm out here sun gazing on the balcony at the crib, man. So I just want y'all to know that I'm starting a new part of this channel, man. I'm gonna go into detail about my experiences that I have with women that I've dealt with or women that I'm dealing with now, and how I am changing as a man right before your eyes on YouTube. I'm changing before your eyes, and how I'm growing together. And man, yeah, that's me. That seems to me coming at y'all with this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to stay right and keep grinding, y'all. I'm out, man. Peace.